This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good night, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 26, 2023. And in the news tonight, a Clarendon businessman charged with larceny. The police in Clarendon have charged a man for forcing his way into a woman's house and stealing money. He is 49-year-old businessman Wilbert Graham of Mason River in the parish, who is charged with housebreaking and larceny. He is scheduled to appear before the Clarendon Parish Court on Wednesday, March 29. The incident happened on Monday, February 20, in Burn District in Kellett. The police report that about 7:20 a.m., the woman was at her house when Graham visited the premises and tried to get into a section of the dwelling. However, Graham could not gain entry. According to the police, he then picked up a stone and used it to hit off the padlock on the grill to the house. Graham then gained entry to a room and took up a bag belonging to the woman. He also took a sum of cash from the premises and then left. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Following the investigation into the matter, Graham was arrested. He was subsequently charged after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Man held with homemade gun in Lawrence Tavern charged. A man was charged on Saturday in connection with the seizure of a homemade gun with 1 9mm round of ammunition in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew. He is 19-year-old Raheem Allen of Goulburn District in Lawrence Tavern. The police report that about 4:20 p.m. on Thursday, February 23, a team was on an operation in Goulburn District when a man was observed. The police say he acted in a manner that aroused the suspicion of the cops. He was accosted and the bag he was carrying was searched. During the search, the illegal gun was found in the bag. He was subsequently taken into custody. Following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney, he was charged on Saturday, February 25. His court date has not yet been finalized. Police charged a St. Ann man for 2022 robbery. An 18-year-old St. Ann man was charged after a motorcycle robbery that took place in Hunsley District, Brownstown, St. Ann on Tuesday, July 12, 2022. Charged is Garfield McDermott, a laborer of Liberty Drive, Brownstown in the parish. McDermott was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, robbery with aggravation, and a conspiracy to robbery. Reports are that about 6 p.m., a man was riding a motorcycle and was in the process of making a delivery of food items in the area. Upon reaching the area, he was pounced upon by McDermott and another man, and one of the gunmen pointed a firearm at him. McDermott then pushed the man off the motorcycle and took the motorcycle from him. Both McDermott and his accomplice escaped on the motorcycle. A report was made to the police, an investigation launched, and McDermott was arrested. He was charged after he was questioned in the presence of his attorney. His accomplice is currently being sought by the police. His court date has not yet been finalized. 400 persons to receive grants to offset land registration cost. Approximately 400 Jamaicans will benefit from a $30 million grant to offset the land survey cost associated with registering a parcel of land with the National Land Agency. Persons will be able to access up to $75,000 under the 3-year partnership between the VM Group through the VM Foundation and the NLA. The program will roll out in April in the NLA's Land Administration Management Division project areas. These are the parishes of St. Mary, Portland and St. Thomas, Naga Head in St. Catherine and Tel Aviv South Side, Rose Gardens, Rose Town, Golden Spring, Rose Hall and Lawrence Tavern and its environs in Kingston. Eligible applicants should not have lands exceeding 5 acres and will be contacted by the NLA. At the signing ceremony of the arrangement held at Jamaica House on Friday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness welcomed the partnership in moving forward Jamaica's land registration numbers. He noted that the grant will address one of the impediments to persons formalizing land ownership. The land survey can be a bit costly and is probably the hurdle that prevents most people from going through this process, he contended. I am hoping that other mortgage companies will see the wisdom of partnering with the NLA and to come on board as well, he added. In his remarks, President and the Chief Executive Officer of VM Group, Courtney Campbell, noted that last year the institution disbursed over $19 billion in new mortgages to help Jamaicans acquire their own home. He noted that there are thousands who are in the informal economy who need assistance to get formalized. Sponsoring the survey cost in the land titling process is aligned with our commitment to mutuality because this is about working collaboratively to make the wider community flourish, he said. The Land Administration and Management Division of the NLA is responsible for assisting persons to obtain the registered certificate of title and updating existing registered titles in the designated project areas. Man shot dead at St. Thomas Beach. Police in St. Thomas are probing the shooting death of a man at Bailey's Beach in Yalas in the parish this afternoon. The man has been identified as Kenneth Powell, who police said was from Poor Man's Corner in St. Thomas and the Tivoli Gardens, West Kingston. Police say preliminary investigations have uncovered that around 2:50 p.m., Powell was a patron on the beach when several explosions were heard. The police were alerted and on their arrival found the now deceased lying on his back with multiple gunshot wounds. The police said he was clad in a white t-shirt and brown khaki pants with a knapsack on his back. No motive has been established for the killing. Refurbished Monique Health Center reopens. Some 32,000 residents of Monique and the neighboring communities in St. Anne are now benefiting from improved healthcare services at the newly refurbished Community Health Center. The facility, upgraded at a cost of $26 million, was officially handed over by Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, during a ceremony on Friday. The project included construction of a new waiting area outfitted with bathrooms, renovations to the health center building, modification and expansion of the health records department, repairs to the staff areas, and improvements to the pharmacy. A covered walkway which links to the various service areas was built to protect patients and the staff from the weather. Major modification was made to the entrance gate to allow for safer and easier access to the facility, and a new car park was also constructed. In his address, Dr. Tufton said the upgrading project will enhance service delivery to residents and represent the government's commitment to the development of the country's primary healthcare system. It may seem simple to some people, but it's significant from where we're coming from, and it represents a progress for the people who will use it. That's very important because part of our mandate as representatives is to enhance the quality of life of the people who elected us to serve, he pointed out. Dr. Tufton said that primary healthcare facilities represent a real definition of where good health starts and encourage Jamaicans to make greater use of their local health centers to reduce the burden on hospitals. Good health starts from the womb. It starts from conception. It starts from the community, and in the middle of that is the health center. We want to refocus the attention of Jamaicans at the community level by getting them to restore their confidence, restore their belief in that clinic or health center in your community, he noted. Dr. Tufton emphasized that the primary focus of healthcare should be on the prevention of illnesses. You ever hear the term prevention as opposed to cure? I want you to reflect on that as it relates to your personal health, because oftentimes we try to solve problems when the problems already exist and don't spend enough time preventing those problems in the first place, he said. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.